former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, on Tuesday stormed Ogun State with armed security operatives and physically assaulted his female relative over 160 million naira. The woman identified as Mrs. Adebayo is the wife of Obasanjo's close relative and top confidant Adebayo Molaja. The incident happened in Olaogun in Ifo, Ibogun area of Ogun State at about 5 a.m. It was gathered that Obasanjo, who is also a retired military general, personally flogged Mrs. Adebayo countless times with horse whip, better known as Koboko, for allegedly stealing 160 million naira. Shocked residents said they are yet to know how the issue came up that prompted Obasanjo to take such a brutal step. They said they heard him shouting, Omolaja Ole, Abiodun Ole. Okay, they said you stole 160 million naira. They said you stole 160 million naira, and they were wondering whether there was an armed robber incident or any other tragic occurrence. Well, name is being quoted here, area and the time at which the event happened or the incident happened. So we are going to be waiting for Obasanjo to reply, to debunk the whole thing, whether it is true or not, because this allegation is weighty, really, really weighty. And what we need to know, how, because the story is not even complete. Of course, definitely is going to reply or is going to debunk whether the story is true or not. The money, whether it belongs to Obasanjo, because they said you stole. Whose money did she steal? Is it Obasanjo's money or what? Or could it be that the woman is working, or whether was working with Obasanjo, because this is the wife of his close confidant relative. So even if there's not anybody that will want to work with Obasanjo, it has to be the so-called relative. And meanwhile, why would the relative be allowed, or allow Obasanjo to be flogging his wife as well? So the story is not really clear, but definitely in no time we're going to be hearing from Baba Yabo himself. A lot of people will begin to insinuate or envisage some kind of thing. I don't know, those who have really had a personal experience with a Baba Yabo, they will be able to tell better. But in this case, whether it happened or not, we are still going to be hearing from Obasanjo, and definitely the whole story will really come out. Or in no time, in no distance time, we are going to be hearing the actual thing that happened. Who owned the money? How come? Was it cash, or was it through a bank transfer, or it was done online or physically, or somebody just kept money? She went to take the money, or the money is the money for Obasanjo in the first place? Because if the money is not yours, I see no reason why you will go and do that. And even if it is yours, that is not the best way to do it. Those are the things we are going to be hearing later. Those are the things we'll be expecting to hear from this whole thing, whether he did it or not. Whichever way, whether the money belongs to him or it belongs to somebody else, that is not the right thing to do. Whether the woman involved will come out and say her own part of the story, or Obasanjo will debunk it. That how come will he now go to someone's house, you see a policeman, or what, or as ex-president, or as the head of the family? All of those things will be communicated to us later. But even at that, let's hear what people are saying concerning this issue. A lot of people have their own reservations when it comes to Baba Yabo. Very, very, and he's a very, very controversial person as well. Okay, 160 million naira, Koboko is still good. Na Gbamilesi Kindolowo, na that one, na him go good pass. Of course, irrespective of anything, he doesn't have the right to do that if it happened. If really it happened, we need to put that caveat. If really it actually happened. Okay, for anybody who sees Koboko is more appropriate for light punishment, or she could have chosen to be arrested and taken to court instead of Koboko lashing Huli. Really, we can't even conclude that this incident happened. That's why I said we just have to be careful and just to be on the fence, because it could swing the other way. because Obasanjo could come out again and say, oh, it is the work of a mischief maker. How could he have descended so low to go and be flogging somebody? Until there, most of all these things, people hear things from different perspectives and begin to put their own just to begin to add a lot of things to it, but it might be different from the actual thing that really happened. So until we are going to be hearing, it just happened, some hours ago, or let's say yesterday. So any moment from now, we are going to be hearing the Koboko. This story is not true. Was such money kept in the house? If the answer is yes, it is wise to have such. Is it wise to have such an amount of money at home? Okay, the writer should say if it was a bank fraud or money kept at home, it is bank fraud. When General Obasanjo will use Koboko a lot of people because it is more than one person to arrange such fraud in the bank. Whichever way, and those are the questions we'll be asking. Does the money belong to you? Because according to what he is being quoted saying that, oh, they said you stole money. Whose money? Because if it is his money, you stole my money, it would have been the appropriate statement. Oh, you stole my money, you and I'm coming for you. And if at all, irrespective of anything, because some people are saying, oh, it is better to receive that Koboko than to be taken to court. So does it mean they're going to get the money back from her or what? This one does not even speak well. And whichever way too, of course, that money is not something that you just sweep under the carpet and say, oh, okay, let it go like that. Because even if he had gone to the police station, people would have said, Obasanjo, what is this? It's that this matter would have been settled, as a family matter. Why taking it to court? Why taking her to court? Why exposing all of that? Whichever way, even if it has to be settled amicably, at the family level, there's a way they can still do it and sit down and talk about it. But this is a bulala of a thing. And again, people in that residence will, witnessed what actually happened. Some were even thinking that could it be armed robber that came to the area when they say, oh, you stole this, you stole that, you stole that. But whichever way, Baba Yabo, recently we learned that whether it was his in-law burial or so, that because of this COVID-19, you know what he did now? Most of the time, nobody can really vouch for Baba Yabo because Baba Yabo is a special person. When you say special person, you know what he's up to. He does not even hide anything, and the way he does things, is just peculiar to him. So nobody's going to come here and say, oh, why would they say we have to enjoy this? And you can't even say until you hear from him. Even when you think that, oh, you can do this or you can do that, until we hear from him, before one can really say, oh, you wouldn't have done it this way, or you'd have done it the other way. So even at that burial, we learned that he locked a lot of people outside. He didn't allow them to come in because he was trying to avoid this, not to fall into the trap of violating this NDDC and this COVID, whatever. And a lot of people applauded him. Yes, that he did the right thing. That irrespective of who you are, no matter how highly placed you are, that he can do, just to follow the protocol. And so Obasanjo is that kind of person that people cannot just say, oh, yes, this and that. Until he comes out, OBJ remains OBJ. We must teach the right way to live no matter what. Up you, OBJ. Why can't they work hard? Why can't he work hard to get his own money and get even more than that? Okay. Thief calling thief. Okay. So someone say, what do you mean? No police case. It must be a family affair. Matter closed. Okay, one of the functions of money in Nigeria is generally acceptable in economic textbook. Oh God, I will not let you go except you bless me. And oh Lord, let me become powerful so that the yoke will be removed from my neck, the yoke of abject poverty. Okay. Oh soldier is fond of using a horse whip. How much federal government flogs you, Baba? Okay, that the federal government did not flog him. So is there any place recorded that Obasanjo stole money? Because that's what this person is trying to insinuate, that since you are flogging somebody, how much the money you stole, that how many times were you flogged? He has not been convicted. So it's neither here nor there because we can see many things. But the most important here is that the woman was flogged according to what we are hearing, and we're going to be hearing again whether it is true or not. You have to testify to that, because before you know it, they're going to escalate or make this whole thing bigger than the way we are looking at it. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take. Thank you.